4 boys are walking on railroad tracks. My mom loved that movie. She would watch it over and over again. Each of the boys have their own emotional scars. It is a story about growing up after a summer adventure together.
How'd it go, Red?
Mom, what does this title mean?
Let's see. Stand By Me is something like Friends Together Forever, I suppose.
I asked what the title meant, but I couldn't really tell you what I thought of it, 'cause it didn't leave any big impressions. I saw that movie and thought, I don't think I'm up for that kind of adventure. And that's all I could think about. 'Cause I didn't know where it would lead to. Isn't that scary? So how could you take that step? Pidgey, I wonder how far they'll go. Pocket monsters, for short, Pokémon, are mysterious creatures. This world, it is the home to so many exciting creatures. But the outside world was too big. Everything was so far away. On the other side of Pelotown is Route 1, and then, down the road, Viridian City. The green in the back is Viridian Forest. The mountain on the right is Mount Moon, and on the left is Mount Silver, and the Indigo Plateau. You may know my name. You may hear that there are many people and Pokémon. But I don't really know what it's like. I don't know anything about it. And it scares me. And so, underneath this blue sky, I was cowering.
Hey, were you watching that movie again? I was. I really like the last words of that one guy.
I never had any friends later on, like the ones I had when I was 12, was it? I don't really get it.
You know, the main characters in that movie, they were all going through something hard, right? A bad boy that smokes, an honest student that studies hard, even a kid with a gun. They were all able to be good friends. Mama used to say, when you grow up, you tend to make friends who think like you and have similar interests. But we are completely different, and we are still friends. Maybe it's only like this when you are a kid.
Do you think it will taste good with nuts? Can they be friends?
What? That's...
My childhood friend Blue loves movies and books. She's usually pretty laid back, but sometimes she says some strangely mature things. She knows a lot of words. She knows lots of movies and books and feels their stories deeply. Blue has depth. But me, I don't.
Are you okay?
Oh my god, that was a bad combo.
Bye. Okay, Gramps. Leave it all to me.
Wow!
Wow,
Evie, so cute!
nice. Let me touch it, Green.
Oh-ho, stupid Red. Eevee is an evolution Pokémon. And because of that, she has an unstable gene pool. They don't like changes in environment. She's been eating these for a while. Ever since she was little, we fed her what she was supposed to eat.
Green is a sarcastic prick, but he's smart and knows a lot about Pokémon. He and I have always competed with each other in everything. We were as tall as each other, as fast as each other, but my test scores were always slightly lower. And in competitive games, it wasn't even close. His knowledge of Pokémon was way better. Green was the best. And
Gyarados, use Hydro Power!
Arbok, use acid.
Whoa!
How can you guys not get tired of watching these old videos over and over again?
I mean, this one is the most legendary one of all time. The very first Pokémon Finals. It marks the last battle of Graham's active career. What do you think, Eevee? Isn't he awesome?
Green is related to one of the strongest trainers ever. He is Dr. Oak's grandson.
Speaking of which, have you finished your homework?
Huh?
The essay. It's summer vacation homework.
I wrote about work on the SSN.
I wrote about that too.
I wrote that too.
Of course. I will beat the Pokémon League and all of that. I'll become the strongest trainer. So strong that I surpass Gramps. See you later, and don't forget.
I know. Big dreams. Green has everything it takes to fulfill the dreams he's talking about. Even when we play together, his back seems so far away. There is power in Green, which is something that I do not have.
Red, do your homework.
Okay. I can't think of anything to write. Oh well. I think I'll just write about Pokémon trainers. Hey, Professor.
What is it, Red?
During a Pokémon battle, aren't you scared?
What? Are you scared, little baby?
But with all of the moves and stuff flying around, isn't it dangerous?
Of course I'm scared. Pokémon have powers and skills far beyond those of humans. And not just trainer battles, of course, but also battles with wild Pokémon. To our ancestors, Pokémon were scary creatures. Each of them had a completely different set of powers. They were unknown creatures. But nevertheless, people have lived with Pokémon for generations. They came close to each other, worked together, and found a way. And sometimes we fought with them. We have hurt each other, but people and Pokémon have never been separated. Why do you think that is? All living things can't live alone, which is not a bad thing, because be it people with people, Pokémon with Pokémon, or people with Pokémon, beyond the fear of being close to each other, we can't do everything on our own.
Red, come here for a second.
What is it, Mom?
Go and get some potatoes from the shed.
But I'm doing my homework.
My hands are tied right now. Please.
I'm ashamed of myself these days. I can't even come to think of myself as mature. No, it's more like the word mature seems adult. It feels like it takes being like a grown-up to be able to say that. For an example, like this guy. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go practice battling, get rid of some bug Pokémon.
You were just playing around.
What's the matter with you?
Nothing. Mom just asked me to get potatoes from the shed.
Are those the potatoes you brought to share the other day? If you leave them in the warehouse, won't the rats eat them? Because there are so many of them. Oh, it's loud. Maybe it's a Pokémon.
A mouse Pokémon.
That's a Pikachu.
Pika!
Ah!
Pikachu!
Ouch!
Pika!
How is he, Professor? Ow!
He is fine, he's gonna be okay. There are two types of wounds. One that could have been inflicted by another Pikachu, and another where he was beaten and kicked by a human.
Why would someone do such a...
He has a lot of distrust for people. Perhaps he was abused by his trainer, then abandoned and sent back to Viridian Forest. The smell of humans is stuck to Pikachu, and thus he was driven out of the herd. I guess he had no choice but to drift over to Pallet Town.
What the... That... The outside world. I'm scared. Is the outside world really that scary? The world is scary. And for me, who doesn't have any power.
I feel sorry for it, but I think it's best to leave it to the professor.
I know.
A Pokémon that doesn't trust humans will never return to normal. It's just not worth it, man.
I know. I may not have the ability to feel deeply like Blue. And I don't know all about Pokémon like Green. But...
Pikachu!
Pikachu, do you hate tree nuts? I hear voices, scared. It hurts. From the depths of anger, fear. From the depths of fear, pain. From the depths of pain, I hear a voice.
I don't need weak Pokémon. Get out of here. Disappear.
It hurts. It hurts.
Pika, Pika. Pika, Pika.
The world is scary, and I have no power. That's ridiculous. I'm not going to do anything. Just when I meet someone, this is the first greeting I give. Nice to meet you. My name is Red. And I would like to be your friend.